David, Whitworth Women's Golf got to host the Northwest Conference Spring Classic this past weekend. Before we talk about how the team did, just talk about what the experience is like for the team to host an event like that, and then rolling with the situation of crazy weather and having to move the course, and where we thought it was going to be. Just talk about the whole experience.
Yeah, so we had the Northwest Conference Spring Classic. We host every couple years, and it was supposed to be at Kalispell Country Club, late spring here. Kalispell is our home course, somewhere we know really well, and we were hoping for it to be there. Late spring, Kalispell, all 18 holes not quite ready, tournament ready, so we had to move it out to the links. Very generous host. They took great care of us, but it's 45 minutes away in Post Falls, Idaho. So hosting, not quite that home field or home golf course special treatment that you hope for in a tournament where your players know the course better than everyone else. So we didn't get that advantage, but we still fared well. I guess a big shout out to the links, honestly, for hosting us. They blocked the golf course out for us. It was awesome. It's a real tournament feel. I mean, we own the golf course. They let us have it. Put on a real good event, but we drove out to Post Falls, and honestly, it was cold weather. That first day, whew, one of the colder days I've ever been on the golf course in my entire life, and I've been on the golf course every day for a couple decades, and it was just freezing out there. Our gals fought really tough. I thought we played pretty decently both days, but the first day's score was, although it was 13 strokes higher than our second day's score. I'm more proud of that round. I don't know how our ladies, what they would say, but I thought we almost played better the first day, even though we shot a higher score, because it was 39, 40, 41 degrees when we played, and it's blowing 30 miles per hour. And I've told our team, look, all week heading up into that, I personally believe our team was the toughest ladies team in that field, like toughest mentally, toughest physically, best fit to play in those horrible conditions, and we showed it. We barely missed our team scoring average in awful conditions. Everybody else just ballooned. So I was really proud of us. Second day we played fine. We held on to second place finish. We hosted a tournament. We got second. That's what we were hoping for, because George Fox is still pretty tough to catch. But we did well.
This week you're going to travel to California, and coming up you're going to travel to California as your final preparation for the end of the season. What do you hope to get out of the UC Santa Cruz Invitational, and what are some of the teams you're going to be competing against?
Yeah, we just talked about this last night as a team. This year, we've honestly probably scheduled the toughest of any year in our program's history, by far. It's not even close. We just played in a tournament in Arizona a couple weeks ago where we got 10th out of 10. Again, didn't look very good, but mostly top 10 and entirely top 25 teams in the country. And we're a little bit outside that top 25. We're in the 50s or low 60s out of about 190, 200 teams in the country. Same thing here. It's almost exact same field. 9 or 10 teams, I believe. 10 teams. I just looked at the field last night. 8 of them are top 25. But I believe that we can, I honestly, probably half that field we're going to have a really hard time catching, but I think we can beat a couple teams. So you're going to have a lot of the SCIAC schools, the Southern California schools, but we've pegged 2 teams that we think we can hopefully beat, and I believe it's Concordia and Whittier. They're ranked pretty closely to where we are, kind of in the 40s and 50s in the country. And you know what? We're going to evaluate at the end of this year. Scheduling this brutal, we'll see how our ladies, I'll talk with them and just say, how do we like this? Do we grow? Is it working? Because these are the teams that we're aspiring to beat and compete against and with in the next couple of years. We've gotten better for several years in a row, so it's like, why not? We're going to schedule way up. But the reality is, look, I'm just in all humility, I don't think we're going to finish in the top half of this field. We're okay with that. If we can beat a couple teams, I think we'll be thrilled with that, because we're beating some top 50 teams in the country, and that'll be a good deal, since these are warm weather schools that play all year, and we don't quite get that.